So we're at our third video. I'm sorry the last one stopped a bit short, but I hope you got your 2 pages done for your writing. And also you can keep this by your writing area, and it's all the lowercase letters. And notice that they are all using the 2 lines. Some of the letters go above the line, some of them stay in the middle, and some of them go below. So notice those, and we're going to just start with the letters that look exactly like the capital. Okay, so that for sure is C and P and S and Y and O. Okay, now my friends, are you ready for reptiles? You will need to have let's see, we've got some reptile things to do today. You'll need this sheet, reptiles or not a reptile, and then I have a little book for you to make. It's 4 pages and you'll need to cut and staple that. So those are our 2 activities that you can do after our reptile lesson. Alrighty, my friends, let's talk about reptiles. What do you think a reptile is? Is a reptile's cousin a horse? No. Is a reptile related to a whale? No. What is a reptile? Do you know some people think that frogs are reptiles? Do you think that that's right? No. I'm telling you, there are going to be some pretty amazed parents, I'm sure, in your household when you start telling them all the things about reptiles that they probably didn't even know. So, I want to know, first of all, if you can tell me the name of a reptile. I'm going to be listening. Oh boy, I heard someone say snake. Put your thumbs up if you said snake. A snake is a reptile. In fact, there's one not far from me in a cage. I'll have to go get Spotty out in a bit. Okay, that's one reptile. Reptiles can be snakes. What's another reptile? We have it in our classroom, and her name is Myrtle. Myrtle the turtle. So snakes can be, or reptiles can be snakes and turtles. That means tortoises too. They both have a carapace or a shell or a house. Okay, that's 2 groups of reptiles. 2 more. What are we missing? I've got turtles and snakes. Oh, I heard some of you say chameleon, and a chameleon is a lizard. Here I have an iguana. But yes, lizards are also reptiles. In fact, a lizard is kind of like a snake with 4 legs. They're both very similar. So far, these 3 groups all have similar characteristics or traits. They have something in common that isn't the same as mammals. But there's one more group that we're missing. This one starts with a C, but it can also start with an A. You ready? Crocodile. Crocodiles and alligators are reptiles. So now our 4 groups are, say it with me, crocodiles and alligators, turtles and tortoises, snakes, and lizards. So this week we're going to have our stories be about snakes and lizards, and next week our stories are going to be about crocodiles, alligators, and turtles and tortoises. There's so many wonderful books that I have stored away that when I brought them out, I thought we need to have reptiles for 2 weeks. So these 4 animal groups are all similar. They might not look all alike, guys, but they have things in common, things that are the same. Now, let's figure out what those things are. Okay, now we learned about mammals, right? Can you see how this is a whale, my friend? It's kind of hard with the glare, isn't it? But there's a whale, and a whale is a mammal, and we learned that we are also mammals, right? We have some characteristics just like the whale. Well, reptiles, here's a snake to show you for an example, are quite different than mammals. They're not the same, and let's figure out what makes them not the same. Okay, can you tell me anything? Like, how about having babies? Do reptiles give live birth or do they lay eggs? Which one? They lay eggs? Are you sure? Did we decide that mammals lay eggs? No, 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 no. So, reptiles lay eggs and mammals give live birth, right? Okay, good job, you guys. So you're helping me on this. I figured you'd know a lot. Okay, there's something else that reptiles do that mammals don't do. Okay, what is sometimes in Spotty's cage that she has taken off because she's growing? She leaves her perfect, you got it, skin. So reptiles shed skin. Now, when you get bigger and your clothes get too tight, do you take your skin off? You don't? Oh, so you're not a reptile. Okay, just checking. Sometimes I get scaly, dry skin, but that's not the same as shedding all my skin off, right? Okay, now let's see. Here's something that's kind of tricky to explain. But reptiles are cold-blooded. Now, what this means is that their temperature changes according to whether it's hot or cold outside. So if it's a hot, hot day and you're a reptile and you're laying outside, your whole body heats up from the sun. Now, if you move into a cold, shady place, your whole body gets cold and sometimes you can die. And that's why a lot of reptiles hibernate. So reptiles don't stay one temperature like mammals. We stay one healthy temperature, which is around 98.6. We're called warm-blooded animals. So we don't have to have a heating pad to keep us warm when it's super cold out. And reptiles, they often, if I have a reptile in captivity, I have to have a heating pad to keep them warm because they'll just get so cold and they won't survive. But real animals, real reptiles, oftentimes when the sun comes out, you'll see them basking in the sun. I've seen a lot of that in Africa with the crocodiles. Okay, now let's see what else are some differences. Do reptiles have fur? Think about our turtle and our snake, yes or no? Okay, you're right, no. So we know that mammals have fur. Whales is very hard to see, it's very, very small. And how about nursing their young with breasts? Do reptiles nurse their young with milk? Yes or no? You guys are so brilliant. No. Snakes, turtles, alligators, lizards do not nurse their young. In fact, they lay eggs, and when they lay their eggs, let's find an egg of a snake. Here's our snake, and the snake has laid an egg, and the baby snake comes out of the egg, and the mommy snake just leaves it and goes away. And that's the same with the turtle and But when the alligator mommy lays her eggs and her babies come out, she actually keeps them stored in her mouth. They're much smaller than this, but she keeps them protected in her mouth, and she doesn't close her mouth and swallow them by accident. That would be terrifying to that baby alligator or crocodile, wouldn't it? But they keep their babies in their mouths to keep them safe and hold their mouths open. Isn't that so cool? So crocodiles and alligators are known to be the best reptile mommies, while the other ones just let their eggs hatch and say bye-bye, have a good life. Okay, so, and another thing about reptiles that I would say is common with mammals is that they do have ears, but they have ear holes, quite different than mammals. So reptiles and mammals are not the same. And in a few weeks, when we learn about frogs and amphibians, we're going to find out, even though they look so similar, they're not the same as reptiles. We'll learn more about that later. Okay, I have a worksheet for you guys to do, and then the last video I'll read a story. But this one has some pictures at the bottom, and your job is to cut them out, and the no reptile side is here, and the yes a reptile side is here. So you're gonna cut out 8 pictures, and I will start off with 2 to give you an example, okay? And I'm going to cut out along the dotted lines because I know how important cutting is for kindergarten. So let's make sure that we're trying to cut right on the lines. We don't need to rush. There's no rush for anything these days. We're not driving to California or anything. I just cut out a cow, and I just cut out a turtle, a box turtle. Now, am I going to put the cow in the reptile, on the reptile side? Wrong. Not a reptile. And you can glue that there. How about the turtle? Reptile or not a reptile? Reptile. Good job. So there are 8 pictures. When you cut and glue, then you can color. And tomorrow, I'm going to have you show your work so I can see it. Okie dokie. And then there's a piece of paper that has 4 pages. We have reptiles. Reptiles have scaly, dry skin. And this one, reptiles are meat eaters. Reptiles lay eggs. And see big and small reptiles all around the world. So you can cut those 4 pages out and make a book. Alrighty, guys. Let's see, did I have anything else? I think I gave you some pretty cool pictures. These colored ones, you can cut those out and put those on the wall in your room. We have a snake and a lizard and crocodiles and alligators. Alligators have much wider snouts than crocodiles. And then we have a lizard and a turtle. So you can cut those out and put those, tape those to the wall in your room if it's okay with your parents. Alrighty, my friends, that's it for our reptile lesson. And I have a story I'm going to read you called Really Cool Reptiles in the last video. Have fun. I'll be looking to see your work tomorrow. Bye, my friends.